on, Junior. We done already made all the money we can make. I don't want to go to no another label with you. I love you. But I no longer want to be mob-ties business-wise. I love all the mob-ties street. It's time for me a new look, Junior. It's time. Let me out that contract, bro. I'm done with that contract, bro. We ain't made no money. I've been with you 4 years, P. We ain't dropped nothing but 2 projects. Ain't mob ties, ain't hitting on nothing with the music, P. I'm 33 years old, P. Let me go to somebody, P, that's gonna let me gon' give me about 10, 15, 20 M's out. If you want you some money out, cool. You can get some money out, P. I ain't tripping, but let me go make my money, P. It's over with. We done, bro. He's more than able, man. He's able, man.
I thought that Mob-Ties was gonna help me build my brand. I didn't all that other, oh, they do bad deals, bad. I ain't never heard that, and I wasn't riding off it before when I heard it. Because how I deal with you, that don't mean they gonna deal with me like that. And I don't know tough, but it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just because he did that, you know what I'm saying? My problem with Jay Prince is I just feel like he could have put me on more game because I'm asking for it. That's the thing, y'all. I ask for game. I ask for this. I'm asking niggas to put me on the game. I ain't sitting back hating. I ain't sitting back mad at the niggas. I ain't talking about no 2.5 years ago, chat. Check me out, y'all. My manager brought me something that was said by the A&R that worked for Mob-Ties. What he brought me was that Junior was trying to get over on me about a specific business deal. I ain't gonna go into details. When he told me, man, don't tell nobody. He told me, don't tell nobody because keep it under your hat. Don't tell nobody because I'm supposed to know this. This is what the A&R on Mob-Ties told me. So don't tell nobody. And it was a big situation, y'all. It was a situation where I got out of over $250,000. I got bamboozled out of over $250,000 sub up, and you won't have to go through the ads. So he didn't let Junior bamboozle me. Instead, he brought it to me and told me that they tried to bamboozle me. He wanted me to be quiet about it, bro. So guess what my loyal ass did? Guess what my real ass did? Thinking that it's some loyalty in this, thinking that it's some real nigga in this. I stayed quiet, y'all. For 2.5 years, I ain't say nothing. The whole time in my mind, I'm thinking Jay Prince Jr. done tried to swindle me for my $250,000. I'm a little bread. Knowing at the time I needed my. So the whole time, I'm mad at Junior. The whole time, I'm going at Junior, mad at Junior, feeling a way toward Jay Prince about this specific situation. Huh?
The situation between Finesse2Tymes, Mob-Ties, and the Prince family just turned into a full-blown industry war, and now 50 Cent has officially inserted himself right into the middle of it with a move nobody saw coming. What started as quiet frustration behind the scenes suddenly exploded online after Finesse2Tymes went public about wanting out of his Mob-Ties situation completely. And nah, this wasn't one of those normal label complaints artists throw online for attention either. You could tell this had been building up for a long time. Finesse basically made it clear that he feels like the partnership hit a dead end. In his eyes, years passed by, the music never fully took off the way he expected, and the relationship behind the scenes slowly started falling apart. The craziest part is that he wasn't even hiding his frustration anymore. He openly started talking like somebody who's mentally already checked out of the deal. And once those clips started going viral, the internet instantly began debating whether Mob-Ties was really helping his career or holding him back. Some people blamed Finesse for signing paperwork without fully understanding the business side. Others felt like he trusted the wrong people and expected mentorship instead of straight business politics. But then everything got way bigger once 50 Cent entered the conversation. See, when 50 gets involved in rap drama, people automatically pay attention because this dude has a history of turning internet chaos into real business moves. And instead of just trolling from the sidelines, 50 came out talking like he was genuinely ready to spend serious money to get Finesse out of the situation. According to 50, there was nothing personal about it. He basically framed the whole thing as business and made it very clear that he was disappointed by how the Prince family responded when he first showed interest in helping Finesse2Tymes. But then he shocked social media by taking things even further and putting an actual number on the table. A $10 million number. Yeah, once people heard that, the energy around this whole story changed immediately. Because now this wasn't just another rapper complaining about contracts online anymore. This suddenly became a power move involving big money, major industry names, loyalty, ego, and business reputation all colliding at once. And trust me, once J. Prince Jr. saw 50 publicly stepping into the situation like that, he was not about to stay quiet. Now, once 50 Cent publicly threw that $10 million offer into the air, social media completely exploded. Everybody started wondering the same thing. Would the Prince family actually let Finesse2Tymes walk away from mob ties for a massive payday? Or had the situation already become way too personal behind the scenes?
I'm having a problem getting out the contract, and I want to get out the contract at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I still don't want no pause in it. It's been too much going on. All right, I'm going to make a long story short and a short story shorter. My manager bamboozled me. 2.5 years ago, chat. Check me out, y'all. My manager brought me something that was said by the A&R that worked for Mob Ties. What he brought me was that Junior was trying to get over on me about a specific business deal. I ain't finna go into details. When he told me, man, don't tell nobody. He told me, don't tell nobody because keep it under your hat. Don't tell nobody because I'm supposed to know this. This is what the A&R on Mob Ties told me. So don't tell nobody. And it was a big situation, y'all. It was a situation where I got out of over $250,000. I got bamboozled out of over $250,000 sub up, and you won't have to go through the ads. I was about to be hit for over $250,000, but my manager didn't go for it, of course, because he had to eat. He had to get his 10%. So he didn't let Junior bamboozle me. Instead, he brought it to me and told me that they tried to bamboozle me and told me to be quiet about it. So I was quiet about it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it like Girl 93. He wanted me to be quiet about it, bro. So guess what my loyal ass did? Guess what my real ass did? Thinking that it's some loyalty in this shit. Thinking that it's some real nigga in this shit. I stayed quiet, y'all. For 2.5 years, I ain't say nothing. The whole time in my mind, I'm thinking J. Prince Jr. done tried to swindle me for my $250,000 and my little bread. Knowing at the time I needed my. So the whole time, I'm mad at Junior. The whole time, I'm going at Junior, mad at Junior, feeling away toward J. Prince about this specific situation. It was a lot more that went with it. And when I talked to J. Prince, we made amends in certain areas. Like, we both agreed that we could communicate with each other more. We both agreed to that. We both agreed that we're in a partnership. I'm not signed to Mob Ties. Mob Ties don't own me. Atlantic don't own me. I'm not Bread Gang. I am in a partnership deal. Finesse2Tymes and Mob Ties. Mob Ties is signed with Atlantic. They have their own deal. Now, when I brought, it was a few things that we went through, and I ain't gonna put, you know what I'm saying, because we talked about it. It was a few things we went through that he still didn't tell me that I feel like he should have told me. Now, as a business, as far as business, I ain't gonna lie. You don't owe me no loyalty. You don't owe me no loyalty when it come to business. This is personal. When you got them sitting up telling you they love you, When you got self-preaching loyalty, when you got to understand you cannot do this and then handle business at the same time. You can't say you love somebody and you're going to be there for them and you're going to, I'm talking about the labor situation. You like, who we talking about? I'm talking about the labor situation, man. Catch up. I'm talking about J. Prince Jr. right now, and I'm getting somewhere with all this. I'm finna sum it all up for y'all. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me we going to the top, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And then don't tell me all the game. I still don't with it. Ain't no excuse to not giving a nigga the game. See, let me show y'all how loyal I am. Let me kick y'all some y'all. I know I could have came home and signed with anybody, chat. I could have came home and signed with whoever I wanted to sign with, chat. Y'all know why I chose Montage? It's because I thought from my experience, the people that then came in encounter with them, what I done read on, because I read the old man book. I thought that loyalty existed. I thought that they was going to teach me the game. I thought that since they was black and they done been in the streets before, that they gonna appreciate that they gonna understand what I done been through. They ain't gonna get over on me in no shape, form, or fashion, and Montage is gonna help me build a brand. That was my dream. I thought that Montage was gonna help me build my brand. I didn't all that other, they do bad deals, but I ain't never heard that, and I wasn't riding off of it before when I heard it. Because how I deal with you, that don't mean they gonna deal with me like that. Not on no tough, but it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because he did that, you know what I'm saying? My Problem with J Prince is I just feel like he could have put me on more game because I'm asking for it. That's the thing, y'all. I ask for game. I ask for this. I'm asking niggas to put me on the game. I ain't sitting back hating. I ain't sitting back mad at the next. I ain't talking about no every rap nigga that want to link with me and do a song with me. I'm doing a song and he weak as hell. These can't even rap. If it weren't for the machine, these wouldn't even be viral. If it weren't for them having I'm in 2 top 10 spots right now. Number 2 and number 6. The label ain't pushed now one of the songs. The label ain't marketed now one of the songs. And they trending, creeping, and back to the bottom. Trending right now. The label ain't supported now one of them. It's all off me. That let me know I don't need no label, y'all. But I didn't know. I thought these folks gonna teach a nigga. I'm thinking I'm just saying this and I ain't knowing. I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna keep it gangster. I ain't know. You gotta think about it. I'm 33 years old, but I'm stuck in the matrix from when I was 17. I'm stuck. I started going to jail then. I started spending. So it's like I still ride on them days. Back then, it was real nigga shit going on. When I was coming up, all the slime, the snake, that wasn't going on, y'all. Chat. That was not going. It wasn't cool to snake no out. It wasn't cool to cross your partner. It wasn't cool to was getting you the fuck away from around them for doing foul like shit like that, bro. Just ain't doing that shit, bro. So I come up in an era where it was cool to keep it real. I come up in an era where it was cool to be loyal. You see what I'm saying?
And honestly, the reaction from J. Prince Jr. made it pretty clear this wasn't just about money anymore. Instead of sounding interested in the deal, Jr. came back talking like 50 Cent was making a mistake even trying to involve himself in the situation. He basically warned 50 that Finesse wasn't somebody worth investing millions into and compared the situation to how people claimed the game turned on 50 after everything that happened between them years ago. That response instantly made the tension feel different. Before, this looked like a rapper trying to escape a business situation. But now it started feeling like pride, loyalty, and respect were all getting mixed into the drama too. At the same time, Finesse2Tymes kept adding fuel to the situation by speaking more openly about what was happening behind closed doors. He started hinting that he felt emotionally abandoned during some of the lowest moments in his life, and fans immediately noticed how personal his frustration sounded. Instead of only talking about contracts or percentages, Finesse was speaking like somebody who believed the relationship was supposed to be deeper than business. In his mind, Mob Ties wasn't just supposed to help release music. He thought he was stepping into a real family-style situation where people would teach him the industry, guide him properly, and help him avoid mistakes. That right there is where the internet really started splitting into sides. Some people were saying, this is business, not friendship. Others were saying Finesse clearly trusted the situation differently and expected real mentorship from people he looked up to. And once fans started revisiting old interviews and live stream clips, people realized this frustration had apparently been building for years without the public fully noticing. Then things got even messier once Finesse began hinting about a behind-the-scenes situation involving hundreds of thousands of dollars that allegedly damaged his trust completely. And according to him, that moment changed how he looked at certain people around him from that point forward. So now you got 50 Cent publicly offering millions, Jay Prince Jr. firing back, Finesse exposing private frustrations, and the entire internet trying to figure out who's actually telling the truth in this situation. And somehow, the drama was still just getting started. As the drama kept getting bigger online, people started realizing this situation wasn't really about one bad contract anymore. The deeper issue seemed to be trust, because from the way Finesse2Tymes was talking, he genuinely believed Mob Ties was supposed to help him grow beyond just music and money. Finesse started opening up about how he came into the situation thinking he would finally learn the business side of the industry from people he respected. He believed he was joining a team that understood his background, understood the streets, and would help him avoid the same mistakes a lot of artists make once fame and money start moving fast. Instead, the relationship slowly turned into frustration, confusion, and constant tension behind the scenes. One thing that really caught people's attention was Finesse admitting he felt like he never truly got the game explained to him properly. And in the rap industry, that's a huge accusation because artists constantly talk about labels and management keeping talent in the dark while everybody else around them profits. Finesse basically started looking at the whole situation like this. If somebody claims they believe in you, claims they're loyal, and claims they're helping build your future, then why keep important business knowledge away from you in the first place? And honestly, that's the angle that made this story hit different online, because a lot of fans weren't even debating paperwork anymore. They were debating whether loyalty and mentorship actually still exist in the music industry at all. Then another major shift happened in the story once Finesse started realizing his music was still performing online, even without heavy label support. That completely changed his confidence level. He began talking like somebody who no longer believed he needed a machine behind him to stay relevant. In his eyes, the fans were supporting him directly, not the label. And once artists start feeling like that, situations can get dangerous fast because suddenly the partnership stops feeling necessary. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was still watching everything unfold publicly, and people online started wondering whether he was serious about taking this situation even further. Because let's be honest, 50 usually doesn't throw himself into drama unless he sees some kind of opportunity, leverage, or long-term play attached to it. At the same time, the Prince family wasn't backing down either. The more this situation went viral, the more people started paying attention to the tension between old school industry power and newer artists wanting more control over their careers. And the craziest part, nobody involved seemed interested in calming things down anymore. Every live stream, every response, and every new clip just kept making the situation messier and messier. By this point, the entire internet had officially picked sides, and the conversation completely shifted from music to power, loyalty, and control in the rap industry. Some people were calling Finesse2Tymes ungrateful for publicly crashing out on the people who helped put him in position. But others were saying this looked like another artist finally waking up to how dangerous the business can get once real money starts moving around. And honestly, what made this whole thing even crazier was the fact that Finesse wasn't talking like somebody scared of losing the deal anymore. He started sounding confident, almost like he already mentally moved on from mob ties completely. At one point, he basically started hinting that his recent success proved he could stand on his own without major label support pushing everything behind the scenes. That completely changed the tone of the situation because now people were asking a different question. If his music is still trending and getting attention without heavy backing, then does he even need the partnership anymore? That right there is what probably made this situation way more complicated behind closed doors. Because once an artist starts publicly believing they're bigger than the machine helping them, relationships usually start falling apart fast. Meanwhile, 50 Cent kept looming over the whole situation like a giant chess piece nobody could ignore. And let's be real, when 50 publicly puts money on the table, people know there's usually strategy behind it. Some fans believed he genuinely wanted to help Finesse escape a bad situation. Others thought 50 simply saw an opportunity to embarrass the Prince family publicly while gaining leverage in the process. And social media made the situation even messier because everybody suddenly became a contract expert overnight. One side kept saying, "Business is business, stop crying once the paperwork is signed," while the other side argued that a lot of artists enter these situations without fully understanding the long-term consequences attached to the deals. But through all the chaos, one thing became crystal clear: this wasn't ending quietly anymore. Every new live stream clip, every repost, and every reaction channel kept throwing more gasoline onto the fire. Old interviews started resurfacing, old rumors started getting re-examined, and fans began connecting dots from situations people ignored before. And the more the story grew online, the more pressure started building around what J. Prince Jr. would ultimately do next. Because now people weren't just watching Finesse anymore, they were watching Mob Ties, the Prince family, and 50 Cent all at the same time, waiting to see who folds first. The wildest part about this entire situation is that nobody involved seems willing to back down, and that's exactly why the drama keeps getting bigger every single day. Because instead of handling everything quietly behind closed doors, the tension spilled all over the internet, and now millions of people are watching this play out in real time like a full-blown industry standoff. At this stage, a lot of fans started noticing that Finesse2Tymes wasn't even speaking like an artist trying to negotiate anymore. He sounded more like somebody exposing years of built-up disappointment. The way he kept talking about loyalty, guidance, and feeling left in the dark made people realize this situation clearly hit deeper than just percentages and paperwork. And honestly, that's where the story started hitting a nerve with a lot of artists and fans online. Because this conversation suddenly became bigger than just Finesse and Mob Ties. People started debating whether the music industry purposely keeps artists dependent and uninformed while everybody around them eats off their talent. At the same time, supporters of the Prince family were firing right back, saying people were ignoring everything Mob Ties allegedly did for Finesse in the first place. According to that side of the internet, Finesse benefited from the connections, the exposure, the branding, and the platform that came with the partnership. So in their eyes, publicly turning against the people who helped him looked messy and disrespectful. But then you still had the huge elephant sitting in the room, 50 Cent and that massive $10 million offer. Because whether the deal actually happens or not, 50 already changed the entire energy of the situation the second he publicly attached his name to it. Now, the story isn't just artist versus label anymore. Now it feels like heavyweight industry politics, egos, and reputations are all colliding publicly. And let's be honest, 50 has built a reputation for trolling, applying pressure, and making situations even more uncomfortable once he locks in on somebody. That's why fans immediately started wondering if this could turn into a much bigger public feud between camps if things keep escalating. Meanwhile, the internet keeps dissecting every single response, every repost, and every live stream trying to figure out who's actually telling the full truth. Some people think Finesse is exposing a real issue inside the business. Others think emotions are clouding everything and destroying relationships that could have been repaired privately. But regardless of who people side with, one thing is undeniable. This situation officially crossed the point of being a small rap disagreement. Now, it feels personal, emotional, public, and expensive all at the same time. Now, as all this keeps spiraling online, people are starting to realize something important. This situation could seriously change how fans look at Mob Ties, Finesse2Tymes, and even 50 Cent moving forward. Because no matter whose side people are on, the damage is already public now. Once artists start going online talking about feeling unsupported, misled, or emotionally disconnected from the people around them, fans begin questioning everything behind the scenes. And honestly, the timing of all this made the drama feel even crazier. Finesse was already gaining attention online. His name was moving around heavy, and people were finally starting to look at him like one of the more entertaining personalities in rap right now. So watching everything suddenly turn into public contract warfare caught a lot of people off guard. Meanwhile, 50 Cent stepping into the middle of the chaos made the story impossible to ignore, because this wasn't some random blogger or small rapper giving opinions online. This was one of the biggest businessmen in hip-hop publicly throwing around 8-figure numbers while basically telling the world he was willing to pull Finesse out the situation himself. And once that happened, people immediately started wondering whether this was really about helping Finesse, or whether 50 also saw an opportunity to make a statement against the Prince family publicly. That's why every response from J. Prince Jr. started carrying extra weight online. Fans were analyzing every word, every post, and every reaction, trying to figure out whether Mob Ties was actually willing to negotiate or if pride had already taken over the whole situation completely. At the same time, a lot of older hip-hop fans started comparing this drama to other messy label fallouts from the past, where artists and executives went from calling each other family to completely falling apart once money, success, and public pressure entered the picture. And sadly, that's what makes stories like this blow up so fast online. People love watching success stories, but they really pay attention once loyalty starts getting questioned publicly. Now, the biggest question hanging over everything is simple. Does this end with a business deal getting worked out quietly behind the scenes? Or does this turn into a full-on war between camps with even more accusations, live streams, and public shots getting thrown? Because right now, it honestly feels like this situation is only one disrespectful response away from getting even uglier. And that's exactly why this whole situation has the internet completely locked in right now, because nobody truly knows how this ends. On one side, you got Finesse2Tymes publicly making it clear he wants freedom, independence, and a fresh start away from all the drama. On the other side, you got the Prince family standing firm and acting like respect and loyalty matter way more than any amount of money being thrown around. Then right in the middle of all that chaos sits 50 Cent, casually shaking the entire table with a $10 million offer that turned this from private industry tension into one of the biggest rap business stories online right now. And honestly, the craziest part is how fast the public turned this into a full debate about the music industry itself. Some fans believe Finesse trusted the wrong people and learned a painful lesson about business. Others think he's exposing the exact reason so many artists end up frustrated once they realize relationships in the industry can change the second money and contracts enter the picture. But regardless of who people side with, this situation definitely exposed how messy things can get once emotions, loyalty, contracts, friendships, and business all start colliding together publicly. Because once private frustrations hit the internet, there's almost no way to completely control the narrative anymore. Now people are watching every single move, waiting to see what happens next. Does 50 Cent keep pushing the issue? Does J. Prince Jr. eventually reconsider the offer? Or does Finesse2Tymes completely distance himself from the situation and try to move forward independently? One thing's for sure though, This story is far from over, and the next response from any side could completely change the direction of everything again. But gang, I want to know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Was 50 Cent serious about helping Finesse2Tymes, or was this really just another power move to shake the room up? And do y'all think Finesse is right for speaking publicly, or should all this have stayed behind closed doors? Also, don't forget to smash that like button because it really helps push these videos out heavy. Hit that hype button too, since it helps the channel in a major way. And if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any updates when more details drop on this wild situation.